Hello everyone once again and welcome back to PAX and Recreation, and today we're going to open a Build and Battle Stadium, everything you need to play from Pokemon TCG, and in this case this is an Astral Radiance one. I realize it's an old one, but I want to make a point, and is that if you can find this for cheap, which you should by now because this is kind of old, then is it worth it or not? Well, let's see, because you can get one of these for Astral Radiance, and then for Silver Tempest, I think is the latest one. I don't know if Scarlet and Violet has one yet. And you have one for Lost Origin as well, which we may open in the future, maybe not, I don't know. What does it contain? Well, it has two individual build and battle boxes, each containing a 40-card ready-to-play deck. Each deck includes one of 4 unique promo cards, so that's nice. 4 additional Pokemon TCG Sword and Shield Astral Radiance booster packs, so you get 12 in all. Which that doesn't seem correct. If you get 121 energy cards, so you can just do whatever. 6 damage counter dice, 1 competition leg and coin flip, 2 acrylic condition markers, and a collector box to hold everything. So to a degree, this is pretty much like an Elite Trainer box, but is a stadium in a box. It's for you to play with and against your friends, and this is basically a good way of just kickstart yourself. If you are a Magic player, my understanding of this is that this is like a dual deck to a degree, right? But it's the Omega version of the dual decks. It's the good version of the dual decks, which is kind of in terms of value, which is kind of an ongoing theme with Pokemon when compared to Magic the Gathering. Like, Pokemon just gives you more stuff for the same buck. Like, just counting the digital codes, that's right there. So the box, great looking, is basically a box for Elite Trainer pack. And let's see, you have the one box. Let's move this. You have one box for one deck, and the other, right? Build and Battle. And I love the Pokemon League sign here. There's a debate that we can have here. Is like, I understand that most of the leagues, like the NBA and the NFL, etc., all have this sort of color scheme logos. But what does everything that is a professional league have to have that color scheme? Can we be more original? And the pack of energies, so you can feel the energy. Look at that. Yeesh. So all the energies that your heart might desire, and 4 boosters. So I don't get you get 12 in all. I guess that there are 4 and 4 on each inside of each thing, and then the counters. Oh, sorry, the markers and the die. In this case, nice looking die, and all in accordance to the Astral Radiance thing. So let's move these out of the way. The die, the counters, the energy. And very heavy pack of energy is the heaviest thing here, really. Now the boosters, nice. They even go to the effort of giving us different drawings for each one. And the Build Up Battle. You can actually buy these separately, if I recall correctly. And what does it have? Okay, it has boosters, so that's why I said 12 on all. So you have 4 boosters on each of these. The ready-to-play deck with one of 4 unique foil promo cards and a code. So you can just buy these if you just want to go out there, or if you want to play with a friend or with a sibling, brother, sister, whatever, you can just buy the Build and Battle Stadium that has everything in there. So let's see what's inside the box. And at this point, I'm getting a master's degree in opening stuff with gloves, which at the beginning, if you see the beginning of the channel, that was not the case. How is this thing open? Okay, so you have a sleeve, interesting, and then the box. This is like my first time opening one of these, if you can't tell by how lost I am. A lot of box for not that much content. I guess you can use it for double sleeve cards, so that's nice. Let's see the insert. What's in the insert? Show me the insert. That's all that we care about in this channel. Building tips. Well, this is like a letter from the president of the company, Pokemon company, says. So building tips and the card list. Nice. It is like a, you know, the short version of the player's guide that is in the Elite Trainer box. So your deck, and you can already tell that Magnezone is the promo, or at least that's my understanding, and the 4 boosters. Let's see the deck. Let's try to. If the channel was different, we will frame this as Magic the Gathering player / Yu-Gi-Oh player sees a Pokemon deck, reacts to a Pokemon deck for the first time. Isn't there a way of... Okay, there you go. A lot of people, when people ask like, oh, we should like make this easier to open for usability or for accessibility reasons, and I'm like, yes, please, because of I use gloves. I am that type of person. Then my fingers get all... okay, so there you go. Let's see. Mind you, I think I started to play Pokemon TCG first, then Yu-Gi-Oh and Magic, but then I abandoned it for reasons. I think they weren't as available when I was in the time. So this is the promo, Magnezone. Nice. I dig it. I don't know if I dig the logo being gigantic, but whatever. So Metal Energies first, so that you know. This is a Metal Grass deck, I can tell. Gardenia's Vigor, Janma. At least you have, well, 2 copies of each. I don't know if Pokemon goes the same way as the other games, and you can have 4. Again, so 2, 2 Magnezone, Sizu, Professor's Research, Quick Ball, Cynthia's Ambition, Choi, Copycat, Stantler, Weird Ear, and a code for this exact deck, I think, or not, it's just for the battle box. So nice, not bad. So this means that in this case, Magnezone just fits with the rest of the deck. So you can pretty much, if you're already familiar with this, I guess that if you can see the promo card, you already know what deck is inside, because this deck has Magnemites and Magnetones. So, and some normal Magnezones, and then the plus one, I actually prefer this art to this art, but whatever, and some of the boosters. Now, I have the 4 boosters that came with the box here. We're going to open them last. Let's open, I'm going to put the deck here. Let's open, actually this is kind of a mess right now. Let's open the boosters to simulate the experience of you buying a Build and Battle box, right? Can I ninja it? Yes, I can ninja the Astral Radiance packs. I just not going to. So let's see, Barboach, Scyther. So Scyther you could put in the deck, I guess. Barboach you can't. Eevee you can. Just move this there. This is going to be in the background at all times. Heracross, Teddy Ursa. Ooh, Gardevoir. Nice looking art. I don't know if I like this art, because Gardevoir has this reputation because of a bunch of artworks that are online, and here she's carrying a book or something for her trainer. There's a medical expert or something, and she has this look like, oh, he's working so hard. I'm like, oh my god. I am the one with the dirty mind. I don't know. I don't know. Togeki's is nice. You can't use this in the deck. Metal Energy, you could use that in the deck. Noctowl, yeah man, Noctowl, cool looking. Hippowdon, whatever. Dartrix, which is the main character of Bones. No, not Bones. Fraser, I think it's Fraser. And a code for you. And let's see, so one out of 4. Let's see the others. So yeah, you can like effortless ninja, like no effort here. So the Sudowoodo, Magnemite, you could put this on the deck. Ralts, Sneasel, Misdreavus, Radiant Hitran. Ooh, the card is nice looking. The art itself, not so much. The art is kind of meh, to be honest. This card is kind of meh looking, to be honest. Hisuian Braviary, I don't know, a V-Star counter, which when you buy these products is kind of pointless. I think it's kind of pointless most of the time. An Oxy, or Uxie, Hisuian Overquill. I love the wordplay. Kamado, and a code. Let's see, second to last. Again, the boosters are here as an incentive to hook you in, because if you want to start play, just buy the battle box and just go running with it, you know. So sometimes you can get stuff for the deck, but it's not normal for you to get stuff for the deck. I mean, in terms of energies and synergies, I guess that you can put everything that's grass and metal there. We got an extra Magnemite, but it's not like that's the plan. Oh, yeah, and a Hisuian Growlite, nice. And Avalugg, energy, switch card for you to transport your switch, Uxie, Overquill, and a code for you. And the last pack that was inside of the battle box is Chatot or Chatot, I don't know, Magnemite. You can put this in the deck. Teddy Ursa. Actually, you can put the colorless in the deck if I recall correctly, or any color, normal color, because it's any energy. So it's actually normal energy. No, it's an energy, right? Sneasel, Misdreavus, Magnemite. Now you can put this on the deck to bling it out, basically. So nice. Ooh, who are you? What's up with this? Why are you in Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann mode? What's up with this? Machamp VMAX. Yes, indeed, you are. Evolves from Machamp V. Is a Gigantamax version. Yes, it is. Revenge Buster 80+. If your bench Pokemon have any damage counters on them, this attack does 140 more damage. And for 2 fighting energy and 1 normal energy, you get the G-Max Key Strike, which I kind of read as a Giga Chad Strike. 240, and during your next turn, this Pokemon can use G-Max Giga Chad Strike. Oh, nice looking card. Look at this, very colorful, very nice looking. A complete opposite to the Radiant Heatran. It's just like meh, boom, 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 boom. It's like move aside. Look at this, nice. V-Star Marker, Heavy Ball, Poor Ugly, poor Ugly, Piloswine, and a code for you. So that's it for the first battle box. Now let's go with the second battle box. The box is pretty much the same, so this is kind of a lottery. I hope that there is any type of mechanism, that protects you from getting the exact deck twice, but we're about to discover. I guess that they have a mechanism for that, right? Like there's the and Hisuian Basculagion. Okay, so it's a different deck. The insert is the same. Yes, building tips and stuff, so it's the same. Nothing new there. What about, and the 4 boosters? What about the deck? Well, it has Basculagion. That's the I'm closer to making fire with the gloves than I am of opening this. It's crazy. So this is a water something deck, I am guessing. Let's see, Basculagion is the promo. Is already bent because F my life. Metal and water energy. So it's a metal water and there's metal grass. So I think 1 is included advantage here. Adamant, Registeel, Magnemite, Magneton, Magnezone. So the base is the same. Kamado, Sizu, Choi, Evolution Incense, Gloria, Irida, Keldeo, twice, Hisuian Basculin, and a Hisuian Basculegion. In this case, you have the promo, and this is the code. So, not bad. I think that one deck is clearly better than the other, at least, well, if you look at the promo, at the very least that, but if you put one to fight against the other, yeah, like, at least this is not like 100%. Well, actually, no, wait. In the Pokemon TCG, it doesn't work like that. Like, you only have 1 weakness. So in case of this water Pokemon, we just check. Yes, they are weak to electricity, not to grass, because you can only have 1 weakness here. So that means Yeah, and they even have resistance to grass, so technically this deck is the one in advantage because metal has resistance to grass, yes, and that deck has grass, so actually, twist. My apologies, and these are just weak to electricity or to electric types. So, oops. Turns out that Basque Legion is going to be the deck that is on top. Weird, but you know, this is random, so yeah. Plus, if you open all the boosters, it's very likely that you can assemble a deck plus all the energies that you have here, which is kind of the idea, right? It's like you have a deck as a basis, but let's say that you play against your friend, it's not working as expected because oh, Hisuian Typhlosion, look at that, very swaggy my Typhlosion right there, like look at that, doesn't give an F. And a Mesprit, nice. Let's say that you play and you're like, oh no, my deck is in clear disadvantage. Like, okay, don't worry, you have all these boosters and energies, so you don't need to build an entire. You can build an entire deck if you're lucky enough, but you don't need to. Oh, look at the what, nice. You just need to exchange the, in this case, the grass cards. So you change the grass cards for something else. Looking at our board right now, it will be psychic, pretty much. Psychic slash fairy slash, you know, because we have a bunch of these so far, or fighting. Fighting is normally the weakness of metal. No, apparently it's fire in this section of the TCG. So fire, we don't have much to go there. So yeah, I will go for. You can either just switch to water as well, but looking at the board that we have, I will go with psychic slash fairy. No one will have advantage over anyone. Ooh, what's this? Hisuian Sneasler. Nice. Haven't seen this one yet. There's a Sneasel there. So Sneasler. Nice. Overquill, which is the first. No, it's not. Fire energy. Thylene. Poor Ugly, as elf, and now we have all the spirits, if I recall correctly, and a code. Second to last. So that's kind of the thing, right? It's build and battle, so that's kind of the whole thing. It's like you have 12 boosters, so something is going to be there that is useful for you. And as you can see, those are, quote, competitive, I mean, quote, big quotes, because it's not like real competitive. It's more like competitive as in you can play against your friends with that, right? So, and against each other. So in that sense, since those decks are random, it's not like my Magic the Gathering where the decks are made to fight against each other. Here is kind of random, but at the same time I think it's healthier because they give you a build guide and then they tell you like how to build the deck, so you can be like, oh, I'm losing because I have a disadvantage against the type of this deck. Okay, so I can just swap the Pokemon. If you look at the decks, most of the deck is not, ooh, Kingdra, what's up? Oh yeah, baby. Look at that. Wow, indeed. Deep Seeking. When your active Pokemon is knocked out by damage from an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, you may move any amount of water energy from that Pokemon to this Pokemon. If you pay one, and if you have one water attached, you can do an Aqua Burst. It's 40x. This attack does 40 damage for each water energy attached to this Pokemon. Yikes, my friend. Ooh, and a Hisuian Lilligant V. Not the best looking card because they are this kind of meh, but whoa, whoa, whoa. Dance gracefully. Draw cards until you have 6 cards in your hand. And it costs nothing, apparently. And then 2 green and 1 normal Leaf Step. 130. Nice, nice, nice. And the Psychic Energy. So this was a loaded booster right there. I was just trying to make a point about like, oh, well, you know, you can just buy the cards that you want. Obviously, this is, and this code, this is a lucky kind of thing that you get. So if you look at the, just 1 second, if you look at the decks, like, see like energies, and then it's like these are 40 deck cards. So like disregarding the energies, which you have a pack of energy, so you can just switch it for any color that you want. But disregarding that, and obviously you don't get to use this if you want to change that, but you don't need to. You just need to change grass on the other one. So let's say that in this specific case, you have this deck, you want to change everything that's grass. So you have all these grass energies that you need to switch, and then likely some trainer cards like Gardenia's Vigor, because this is specifically for grass energies. So let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 metal. Yep, so not that much. And this one is whatever. So actually, in this deck, for it to be competitive against the other, you just need to, besides the energies, you need to switch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. Like, as you can see in this Pokemon decks, it's not about the Pokemon, it's more about the supporting cards. So, and most of those support cards are generic, like they are for any, like they're just for you to move your cards around. They are not like for specific types of Pokemon. Magnemite, which is an ongoing theme in this video. Sneasel, Misdreavus, and Dartrix. Look at that. Nice. And a Mamoswine, Metal Energy, Kirlia, Wait and See, Turbo. That's what we hoped with Power Rangers Turbo, and then it was a mess. And this, a code for you. And that's it. So now, by this point, you can already just play with your friend. There is already like a wink that you can change 6 cards or 5 in your deck so that you don't have a weakness against the other player, but you still have 4 boosters left, right? So let's open those 4 boosters. Oops. Is it worth it to buy? I mean, we can discuss that right away, I guess. Yes, and that's what I wanted to make a point about buying an old one, because well, this is old and it's just, we all have a friend or friends that you want them to start playing a card game, be it Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, but you know how it is, like, oh no, I need to learn that thing, and you know, you're better than me, blah blah blah, like they don't want to. And obviously from the outside, let's be honest, this is an expensive hobby, and if you're not on top of the event, you lose some edge. Like, oh, Saluna, nice. Like, you don't have, like, you don't know what cards are the meta, like you don't know anything, right? So the big thing here will be just buy one of these and be like, hey, let's play. And you can just, you know, gift it to your friend and be like, hey, let's play. So all the cards in the boosters are theirs, so they get a flavor of, you know, nice looking cider card of how the game goes, and then you play with them. They can actually play amongst themselves and, like, you know, build their stuff, and they have a guide to build. They can play against you, and it's important that you don't bring your own deck to play against this or to your friend, because you don't want to intimidate them. You don't want them to be like, oh yeah, I don't want to play against you because you have like a bunch of cards, because you have, if you're playing this game or any other card game for a while, you have some cards at least that are some degree of powerful, right? So you don't want to do that. Ooh, Gardenia's Vigor. Ooh, well, it's the rainbow edition of that card. Nice looking card. Somehow it looks like she died for some reason. This is like a memorial card for some reason. Draw 2 cards. If you drew any cards this way, attach up to 2 grass energy cards from your hand to one of your bench Pokemon. So for our video in particular, this is not a good example because we want to exchange the grass cards, but look at this, baby. Nice looking card indeed. Nice. A grass energy, Temple of Sinnoh, Ursaring, a Feather Ball, and a code for you. Second to last. So remember, when you introduce someone to a card game, it's the same logic as you introducing someone to a sport or to anime, for example. You don't just, like, if you want someone to watch anime with you or to just start watching anime, you're not going to be like, hey, yes, sure, let's start with this one, and you start with, like, I don't know, Code Geass or something. Like, you know, there are very like edge corners of series that you don't want to do that. Like, even people that like anime don't like some of those series, so don't do that to a person that hasn't seen any anime, right? Just pick something like I don't know, Attack on Titan, Fullmetal Alchemist. Those are like the best transition animes that you can get. For a card game, a product like this is actually kind of right there. Like, you buy it for you or for them, and you're like, oh, let's play. If you buy it for them, it's better because they can get into the thing and try to build a deck in their free time and stuff like that. And Pokemon is can be kind of overwhelming because you have all these types of Pokemon. So, but with the basic decks as guides, they can know that it says just like, you can just go with 2 colors. That's all you need. And they have the basis, they just need to tweak. Maybe they like a Pokemon more than others or something like that, So, and you play against them with those decks. It's important that you always use that deck. And if they improve one, or even the 2 of them, you improve the other with the same cards that they have, and just like show them the way a little bit, right? Ooh, Braviary, nice. You don't come with your own deck and kill it, because yes, we all like to have that God mode experience, and it's like, haha, look at my cards and my turn 1 combo move, I win, But let's be honest. Do you want to massacre your friend, or you want your friend to start playing the game that you love? So if that's the second one, then that's what you need to do. Just chill and let them grow into the game and play in a fair way with them. That's why these battle and build stadiums are for. So let's pick the best of each color, we always do, and then let's wrap up this thing. This Mantine card, I just love it. I don't know if it's going to be the best. No, it's not going to be the best because we have this Kingdra card. Look at that. But Dewott is kind of amazing. It's a shame that it evolves into Samurott, but it's amazing. Look at that card. Jesus. Okay, so there is that. For normal or colorless. Am I right, Magic guys? I mean, Noctowl is just Noctowl, my friend. Yeah, it's going to be Noctowl. I'm sorry, like, Braviary is cool and all that, and this EV card is amazing, but yeah, it's going to be Noctowl. Whenever is a Noctowl, there is a way. Like, look at that thing. It just slaps. It's the legendary, it's not a legendary bird, but, it was the bird of the 2nd gen, so there is that. For Psychic, /Fairy, /Poison, /whatever, well, it's going to be Typhlosion, I guess. I don't remember if we have any other card that is better here. Well, actually we do. The weird Iffy Gardevoir. So it's going to be the Iffy Gardevoir. Sorry, too much time on the internet does this to you. Lilligant is interesting, but I know that we have the other Lilligant, if I recall correctly. Yep. Is it the best looking card? No, at least it's an interesting looking card. I prefer Scyther or Heracross, to be honest, but I know if I don't pick this one, someone is going to kill me in the comments, so there's that. For fighting, I guess we are all on the same boat. Not much to look at there. On metal, well, there is a bunch of Magnemites for sure. You can upgrade your whole deck with Magnemite. I like Magnemite, but B-Sharp is going to be B-Sharp, right? So let's go with this one. On fire, well, we don't have much. I am kind of divided, actually, because on one way, this card is great looking. On the other, this is a Radiant card, but it's just so boring. I mean, it's like the default concept art. Yeah, it's going to be Ponyta. Like, yeah, sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Let's see. On Dark, yeah, it's going to be Sneasler. No doubts. Yeah, it's Sneasler. And on the trainer cards, well, we don't have that much to go about. But there is a special card that we cracked. There you go. Gardenias. It's going to be this one, Gardenia's Vigor. We actually got quite a group of crazy cards right here. Let me know which ones, if you think I picked wrong for some of these, if you think that you will pick something else, if you like what we cracked, I don't know. Regarding to the decks, I likely will play the Magnezone one, just because Basculegion is not really my thing, but the decks are very nicely balanced and very basic, but very nicely balanced. Obviously, they all rely a bunch of metal as the theme, but then you have water and grass as supports. Um, Although I prefer this deck, I prefer this art, so there is that. Is it worth it? I think it is. Again, if you're already established player, it's kind of pointless, to be honest, unless you can pick something like this at a very cheap price because of the boosters. But see, like, because you get like the deck boxes, and this is kind of interesting. It's if I could improve this in any way, I would include some sleeves, and that will be the perfect pack to kickstart, because this one doesn't have sleeves. So if you play against your friend, it's kind of weird. And to me, it's kind of weird that the Build and Battle Stadium doesn't have sleeves, but the Elite Trainer box does. I know that will make this product even more expensive, and this is already kind of expensive product. But I mean, if you include all the energies, all the things that you need, and the boxes and all that stuff, include the sleeves, because this is supposed to be Build and Battle Stadium, and is let me read the box again. Everything you need to play, and it's like, yes, but if you compare it, and it's true, but you compare it to the Elite Trainer boxes, those are not everything you need to play. It's just like a kickstart into Pokemon. Those have sleeves, so that's kind of weird. I will have included sleeves here, even though it makes the price go a little bit up, in my humble opinion, because otherwise you need to buy this to a friend and sleeves. So, which, yes, any sleeve that you buy, it's like Dragon Shields, for example, is better than the ones that come by default. But at least this is like a self-contained solution. I don't know. So, is it worth it? I think it is as a Kickstarter, but buy sleeves. For the love of God, buy sleeves. Otherwise, you're going to be like a dispensable product. You play a couple of times, and the cards are going to be all messed up. But yeah, I think it's worth it. And if it's an old one like this one, you can find it for cheap. So do the math, look, see if it contains 12 boosters, see if it's more or less the price of 12 boosters. It contains two decks, even though the decks are not like the craziest things ever, as you can see. But I think it's good, at least to get your little siblings or cousins or friends to start and play the game that you love. I think it's a good option, but you need to buy sleeves. So Pokemon Company, if you're listening to me, just put the sleeves into this, even though it will make the price level go a little bit up, but just put sleeves. It doesn't make sense that the Elite Trainer box has the sleeves and this, that is a ready-to-play thing, doesn't have. It kind of melts my brain. But besides that, I think overall is great. I hope that Magic had something like this, that's for sure. So let me know what you think in the comments. I hope they like it. Like and subscribe and all that stuff that the cool things said nowadays. And that's it. So thank you very much for your time. I hope you have a great time. Have a nice day, evening, whatever time you are. This has been PAX and Recreation. Have a nice time. Bye.